Spirit guide us. We, the mountain born, with spear and cunning. A new hunt dawns.
So this will be the first significant patch for PoE 2, and today I just want to do an overview of what we know so far, what we could be getting but not yet confirmed, and lastly I'll go over a handful of things that I'm not necessarily holding my breath for, but some things at the top of my list that I wish to be added to the game. So firstly, we know we're getting the Huntress and the Spear weapon type, and outside of the Huntress, no other classes have been teased to also be coming along with the Huntress. But I think it's safe to expect additional missing ascendancy classes to be added. For example, they already recently teased the third ascendancies for the Warrior and the Mercenary, and also in 2019 at ExileCon, they gave us a sneak peek at the third ascendancy for the Ranger, which at the time was referred to as the Survivalist. Now that all could have been changed since giving that was 5 years ago or so. But at the time, that's all we have to go by. So they also discussed the Tactician and the Beastmaster, both of which I believe will be Huntress ascendancies. The Beastmaster seems to involve shapeshifting into cat forms, so I'd be surprised if this was not a Huntress ascendancy, as it seems to fit into the Dawn of the Hunt theme for the patch. This again was shared 5 years ago, so we'll have to wait and see if anything's changed since then, or if they've kept the names of these ascendancies the same all this time. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. As for what you're seeing here on the screen, this is also footage from ExileCon from 2023. This is, I believe, the Act 2 playthrough, and it is featuring the Huntress. So, and it showcases a variety of skills, including Whirling Slash, Rapid Assault, Spear Field. I think you're seeing the Rapid Assault there, which is the rapid boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And then you're going to be seeing Spear Field coming up here shortly. It's like a field of spears, believe it or not, and it impales enemies. And yeah, it seems pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. All these skills look great. They remind me of the Javazon so very much. Also, we see Storm Spear and Blazing Lance, which we'll be seeing a little later on in the same demo. Since then, maybe they've reworked these skills or possibly even renamed them, but damn, yeah, they look great and remind me exactly of that iconic Javazon gameplay from Diablo 2. We've also got a rework to, or what might be a small rework to the Atlas passive tree. From what they've teased so far, it looks to be much better with the choice to invest points into strong boxes, possibly shrines and rogue exiles, and maybe even more. We're getting a plethora, as they said in their blog, a plethora of new support gems, giving some skills more options that we know for coming for sure. There's been also some speculation. You know, that's everything that we know is coming. And as far as what could be coming, well, there's been some speculation on the Druid possibly also joining the Huntress this patch, although it's not been teased or mentioned. Maybe they're saving that for the live reveal, which would be really cool. I feel like the Huntress could fit into this whole thematic of Dawn of the Hunt, this hunt theme that they're kind of chasing and going for this patch. I feel like the Druid could join the Huntress and fit into that theme very well. So again, we'll have to wait and see. There's also been talks of Bestiary possibly coming this patch. Very, very minor, very small talks of I don't know how it's been brought up, but maybe there was some data mine information. I'm not too sure, which would be cool. I can only wonder what Bestiary would look like in Path of Exile 2. But I was wondering, maybe they aren't calling it Bestiary, and instead they're giving it a new name and new mechanics, and maybe it'll fit into the end game as a more appropriate end game mechanic. So we'll have to wait and see. And here's some things that, again, I'm not holding my breath on, but I would really like to see these in the game sooner than later. So whether or not they come this patch or later on, it's all good. I know they're coming, it's just a matter of time. First on the list is obviously the Druid for me. always been a big fan of the Druid, even going back to Diablo 2 with that Hodo and the Hurricane. I don't know what it is about the Druid and shape shifting and companions. It's just my jam, man, and I love it. And so it could come. We'll see in the reveal. It like I said, it does fit in with the Huntress, the thematic of this Dawn of the Hunt they've got going on. So yeah, we'll see. Other classes, example, the Marauder again being one of my favorite classes from PoE 1. I know it's coming eventually. It's probably not likely coming. I think if there was another class coming with this patch, it would probably be the Druid. So it's not likely to see any other classes, but I'm very excited to see the Marauder and every other class from PoE 1 come and see, their new models and their new dialogue and whatever it may be. So yeah, and along with the Marauder, I would really like to have a Molten Strike or something similar to Molten Strike, whether it be a support gem or a whole new similar type of skill gem added to the game. First time playing Molten Strike here in the Frisia event, and absolutely loving it. It's my absolute favorite skill, my favorite build to date. So yeah, would like to give that a try in PoE 2. After that, it would be the ascendancy swapping. If you guys are familiar with PoE 1, you can just there's no requirement to level a whole new class and go all the way through the campaign, regardless of how great the PoE 2 campaign is. Some of us just don't want to spend our day or 2 days, depending on the player, um, leveling a whole new character. It's just nice to be able to swap. I don't care if I gotta go do the Sekimas again or the whatever trial. I would just like to have that in PoE 2, and I think a lot of other players would as well. So we'll see. An Act 4 or a new zone would be super cool, and then maybe that changes how we level up in the. I mean, again, in the early access in the end game. Maybe they get rid of the whole cruel and we just go 1 to 4. I don't know, but seeing a new zone would be sweet. I think maybe who knows? We'll find out. Maybe that's necessary for the introduction of these new classes. So yeah, I can't wait. Next week, a little over a week from now, we'll find out, and I'll be live. I'll have a video going over all the stuff we came to find out about. So yeah. In addition, more pinnacle bosses. They did tease a what looks to be like an essence pinnacle boss. And again, from PoE 1, if you guys know PoE 1, when you stack up those essence modifiers, they can be pretty crazy. And if so, they're making a pinnacle boss out of essence modifiers. That's going to be something, and it's probably going to be very challenging, and hopefully just as rewarding. So again, we'll wait and see. Uh, and then on the topic of essences, I suppose, more ways to craft, right? In addition to just, I'm not asking for everything from PoE 1, but I would be nice to have just more control over crafting and being a little bit more deterministic in the ways we craft our items. And that's just a big part of PoE, and I really don't want to get away from that. And I know it's like, okay, PoE's this and PoE 1's that. PoE 1 won't change. It'll always be there. We can always get our fix in our crafting and whatever it may be over there. But I don't know. To each their own. That's just me. And yeah, not expecting a gigantic overhaul to the end game by no means. I know they did mention when they brought out this early access that this was something that they just put together just so they could get this out to the public and get this early access started underway. But and that in mind, I don't know if the current Atlas system is it. I don't. It doesn't sit well with me. I think back to PoE 1 and just how iconic that Atlas was and how it always has been and how it's been. I think I could speak for majority of players. That how enjoyable it is, the progression. Going from your tier 1 to 16s. So again, a lot of these not likely to be coming in this patch, but just some things that I'm really looking forward to and hoping for the best for the game in the future of the game. So let me know what you guys think, what you're looking forward to, what you're hoping to see with this patch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.